I just kind of want to know like what your thought process is, especially talk about the abandoned camera series, for example. If you're gonna try to create a new video, what is kind of where do you begin with your process?
So a lot of that's the hardest thing when we got started doing this. I kind of sort of fell into it. When I found the series, like I was trying to actually make a different video. I'm like, oh, I should make it like this. I was trying to find some new content, and when this worked, the style worked. I was like, oh, I could do this with so many other things. But the idea really comes from like, what are the abandoned cameras, and what's like that interesting angle you can take for each one? Because each one has its own little story, its own unique history, and obviously some of them are way more dramatic and still alive than others. So, like the Fran 8K, for example. Sometimes you just like fall into really good ones. So that's really what we're looking for is like, what's its place in history? What was it used on? Does it have a lot of information or resources on it? And if it's kind of like super obscure and it just doesn't have any videos and no one's really touched it, and it's not really from a company that people would really know or you could find stuff for, and it didn't have a significant moment, we kind of push those back a little bit so we can spend some time like researching versus the ones that like the Star Wars camera. There's plenty of information about that digital camera that they used for the Phantom Menace, and just like a little bit of a part of the Phantom Menace, and then was Attack of the Clones. So that's kind of where we started, is looking for that interesting little tidbit that we can find to tell the story with, because otherwise we're just talking about specs. And while specs are cool, you do want to like have that fun story element, and add some drama, which some people don't love that we add the drama into it, but
yeah, I think that's one thing that I've always appreciated with your videos too, is what separates the Frame Voyager videos from other, like as far as technology goes. It's not about the technology necessarily. There's about the story behind it, and that's one thing that always keeps me engaged in the videos, and it's something that I strive to do, hopefully, for my videos moving forward too. So yeah, that's awesome. When it comes to obviously you do the research, right? You're trying to establish that particular story. Is there anything that you try to maybe avoid? Again, looking forward to like what to avoid, what not to do.
Yeah. So I will say I started off doing like all the research, all the production process by myself. And I have to give a big shout out to both my writers and researchers that help me a lot now and make the episodes so much better, because there's more than just my eyes looking at it. Massey and Elwood, they're great. They keep the content going as much as otherwise we wouldn't be able to come out with content as fast as we do.